Hey guys, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're not, hey boo. A long time no see, y'all. I miss you guys. I have been busy this summer. We just got back from celebrating my daughter's birthday weekend and your girl got a good bronze tan. I definitely feel like a bronze goddess today. For today's look, we did use more drugstore slash affordable products today to create this beautiful look that we see. Now, I did cheat a little bit, y'all. I cheated a little bit. I did use a teeny tiny bit of my DANESSA MYRICKS blurring balm powder because I just have really oily skin and it is the summertime, y'all, so I definitely needed her. But as you can see, the skin is still giving a slight glow. When I wear like a full face of drugstore makeup, my makeup is not as matte as it would be using higher end products, but the beat is still cute. 98% of these products are new to me. For foundation today, I'm actually wearing the Maybelline skin tint, and if you know me, I'm not a skin tint girly at all. I also did include my brow routine. I did have a request to do an updated brow routine, and y'all, I do my brows differently every day. I'm not gonna hold you, but this is probably the most consistent brow routine I've been doing lately. So for those of you that wanted to see how I do my brows, I hope that this was helpful. I also forgot to mention I did change the lip. Now the lip combo I'm wearing in the video is more of a neutral lip, but I just wanted something a little bit more peachy, and I wanted to go back to my roots of doing a matte lip combo, so I kept the lip liner the same. For the actual lip color that I'm wearing right now, this used to be the color that I would wear all the time, and that is going to be the NYX lip cream in Abu Dhabi. And y'all, I definitely fell back in love with her. She's so good. That is the lip combo that I'm currently wearing. So I hope you guys don't mind the lip change. I just feel like this looks better and this is more true to me. If you guys are curious to see how I created this beat and the products that were used, then hopefully if you like it here, if you like my vibe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without any further ado, let's get into the tutorial. All right, so we are fresh faced and we're gonna get into the brows, but first I have to prime the face, and I'm gonna be taking this Maybelline Grippy Serum Primer. I just love a good hydrating primer underneath a mattifying base, so I'm just applying this all over the face. I just can't apply my makeup without there being primer on first. And of course we're gonna add something on these lips, so this is the e.l.f. melting lip balm in Cotton Candy, and I really do love these lip revivers. So now into the brow routine. We're going to start with the L'Oreal Brow Lamination. This is just a clear brow gel, so I'm starting from the tail of my brows and brushing them forward and then laying them back. When you brush them from the tail forward, it just fluffs them up. So we're going to let that dry down, and then we're going to get into the pencil. I personally love using a brow pencil for the brows, so here I am just using the pencil to outline my brows. I'm pretty much staying close to my shape, and then when I get to the tail, I actually just go out at a diagonal, just going straight out, and then I like to fill in the front using upward strokes just to give the next product just like a background to it. So now we're taking the NYX brow pen. This is in the shade Brunette. For me, I don't like super dark brows, so I always go down a shade when it comes to the brows. So I'm starting with the tail and then doing like hair-like strokes throughout the brows. That way it gives more of a texture and just more of a 3D effect, giving my brows that more realistic effect, especially because I don't really have hair in the front of my brows, y'all. Okay, so we are faking it till we make it with this brow pen. And this is what the brows are looking like so far. They look really good. So we're just gonna clean them up using some concealer. I personally like to start from the front of the brow. That way it sets off just the start and shape of the brow. And then I'm literally just dragging out the concealer at a diagonal to make sure that we keep that tail end more straight and not super arched. So, you know, they're a little crooked today, but I'm not being too picky. They are close enough for me. And then for the top, I am cleaning it up, and I like to take a little bit off the top because I don't like my brows super thick on me. So here I am just going on the top part and trying to make them as even as possible without taking off too much of the brows. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and start blending the edges. So I'm just using a flat shader brush, but I really should have just been using this fluffy shadow brush to really blend out those edges. And this is what the brows are looking like so far. Everything looks really nice and sculpted, and that's my brow routine. So here we go. For the primer, I'm taking the DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder in my T-zone and basically just all over my cheeks because that's where I have the most texture. Those are where I get most of the pores. So we're gonna color correct using the e.l.f. Soft Glam color corrector in dark pink, I believe. And we're just applying this around my mouth and a little bit under the eyes. Then I forgot to show you guys, but this is the Morphe Iced Mocha set. So I did take the smaller like cream contour brush to blend out this color corrector, and it blended out really well. I hope that Morphe comes out with more brushes in this colorway because I really enjoyed these brushes. So now we're gonna do some underpainting, and we're taking this COVERGIRL Sun and Sculpt liquid bronzer. Now this is more of a serum like bronzer, so if you've ever tried the P. Louise Cheek of It liquid bronzers, I would say it's comparable to that, but this is more on the sheer side compared to the P. Louise one. The color is absolutely gorgeous, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the bronzer where I like to bronze and enhance my face. And this is the shade 70 Dark. I feel like I could have went to 60, but I feel like 60 might have been a little bit too red for me. So, and with it being sheer, I wanted to be able to see the product. So here I am just taking my Made by Mitchell MFX2. I love, love, love this duo-ended brush from Made by Mitchell. It just makes doing my base so much easier. And as you can see, this liquid contour or bronzer is blending like a dream. I didn't really have to do too much blending, especially because it's a serum like formula, so it pretty much just glided on. And we are starting to look really bronzed right here, and everything is just melted into the skin. So now we are on to foundation, and this is what the skin tint looks like on its own. So it's giving very much orange. So I am adding the blue pigment, and as you can see, it does neutralize it now. So now it has that more olive undertone rather than just looking like a Oompa Loompa. So I'm gonna spray my face using the Morphe Life Proof Setting Spray. Now this does not really help with the longevity of my makeup, but it just helps the products just melt more into the skin. And as you can see, the skin is definitely giving skin, which I love. And I didn't really build up this skin tint too much. A little bit goes a long way. It does have pretty good coverage, so I'm just taking that all over the face. And then Minnie wanted some cuddles, so I had to give her some. Then we're going back into that Maybelline liquid bronzer and just adding a teeny tiny bit on the forehead and cheeks because I am trying to match this bronze glow that I got going on my chest and body. So as you can see, it is buildable, which I love because I was worried that, you know, it was just going to be a little bit too sheer, but no, this is also a buildable formula, which I love because one thing about me, I'm going to put that makeup on, okay? Now we are really starting to look like a bronze goddess, so now it's time to add concealer. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the same shade that we use to carve the brows, which is Tan Walnut, which is more of a neutral shade. Now, because I am pretty bronze and tan, I am not trying to go super bright with my under eye highlighter, okay? So I'm really just being mindful not to go super bright since I am a little bit deeper in complexion right now. But as you can see, this concealer is blending like a dream. I did use the foundation brush for the perimeter of the face, and now I'm taking this Shop Miss A sponge for underneath the eyes, and I'm taking a little bit on the eyelid just to prep for eyeshadow in a little bit. I like to do my base like this whenever I'm doing a neutral beat. So I did get my hands on 2 of the Morphe Cheek Thrill blushers, and I am taking this orange one, which is Poolside Spritz, and look at how beautiful it is. Okay, now I'm definitely a pink blush girly, but I was like, let me get back to my orange roots. Okay, I used to love a good orange blush, and look at that pigment. This just screams summer. Okay, so as you can see, it is blending out really nicely, and it is pretty buildable, and this just really enhanced that bronze glow. So now we're gonna go ahead and take this new e.l.f. Set It Bright color correcting powder, and it does come with a sifter, but I just took that off, and these are the colors, and I'm literally just mixing them all together so that we can have an even coating, and then we're just pressing that underneath the eyes and setting the eyelids as well. This wasn't really brightening, but it definitely color corrects, and it does brighten slightly, but not too much. I wouldn't really say it brightens, but it definitely color corrected. So now I'm just adding a little bit of extra powder on the outer corner of my eyes because we are getting into the eyeshadow. So this is the Morphe Tailored Nudes 6pan eyeshadow, and y'all, this is literally the perfect palette. Now Patrick Ta does have his 6pan eyeshadow palette, but y'all, I was not spending that for 6 eyeshadows. Okay, but Morphe, I'll spend my money on some Morphe, especially from some neutral shades. So here I am just deepening up the outer crease because I love a good little smoky effect. Then once we have everything nice and blended, we're also going to take that on to the lower lash line. So I'm just taking those 2 shades on to the lower lash line. Then we're taking the 2 lightest nudes and applying that all over the lid. And honestly, I really liked it matte, but there's a certain shimmer product that I just had to use. But as you can see, this product just blended super nice, and it's so good. But we're taking the ColourPop Jelly Much eyeshadow stick, and look at this, y'all. This shadow stick literally makes your eyes look wet. Okay, and now I'm just adding a little bit of a liner, nothing too crazy, and we're just gonna do something cute for the lashes. So these are just the Ardell Demi Wispies, and now it's time to add some bronzer. This is the Metamorphosis BF bronzer. So I just took these top 2 shades and applied it on the cheek. Now y'all, these bronzers are super pigmented and they are very affordable. I think for this palette it was like maybe $22, and you get 6 bronzers in here, so you can really customize your bronzer. So I'm taking that lighter bronzer and using that as my nose contour, and as you can see, even with using a light hand, it is super pigmented. Now we're going back into that blush trio and tapping off the excess, but y'all, look at how pigmented this blush is. I love this powder blush. It's so blurring, so smoothing, and the color is there. But I wanted to add a little bit of a coral to the cheek, so I'm taking this Essence Soft Touch Bouncy blush, and this just gives me the perfect summer bitten blush. And here we are just popping on those Demi Wispies because the lashes were drying, and now we're taking that same e.l.f. powder and we are baking. So I like to bake the sides of my nose and underneath the cheek. I also like to go on my chin and a little bit on the forehead and down the center of the nose. So I did apply a little bit of powder on the lips, and we are taking this Morphe lip liner in Trend Setter. I love this lip liner. It's just so creamy and it glides on, and of course it is super pigmented on the lips. So here I am just adding that lip liner on the lips. Then we're gonna go ahead and dust off this excess powder using the fluffier brush from that Morphe Iced Mocha set. And here I am dusting off the under eye as well with no added product. And now we're gonna go ahead and dust off the face even more using a little bit of foundation powder. And now I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me Pressed Powder. I didn't wanna go super bright, so I didn't really pack on the under eye brightener. And y'all, Essence also came out with this highlighter. So it's kind of like the bouncy blush, but the highlighter formulation, and look at the glow. Now, this is literally so stunning on the face, and y'all, this is Essence, so it was very affordable. So here I am taking the Morphe Soul Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Wifey, and then I'm just adding on a little bit of NYX Butter Gloss, and we used Lava Cake to outline the perimeter. So this is the glossy lip combo. I will have all the product details in the description box. I of course decided I wanted a little bit of eyeliner in the waterline, so this is just the Sephora collection one, and this one is super creamy, so I really enjoy this eyeliner. Then once we have that nice and on, we're gonna go ahead and smudge that a little bit on the lower lash line. Then we're gonna go ahead and use this Makeup Revolution Big Lash Mascara. One thing about me when it comes to mascara, I love me a thick wand. And then here I am taking my brow pen and just enhancing my beauty moles that I have on my face. I personally think that using a brow pen just looks more natural. Then I'm refreshing my face using the Morphe Life Proof Spray, and then letting that dry down. I did end up going with the, the L'Oreal on top, and then I changed the lip because I was feeling more matte. And this is the final beat using all drugstore products. Bye guys.